Well, good morning. Today finds us in Dargo. I didn't film when I got here yesterday. We fueled up, we went to the pub, had a drink, and I ran into Ed from Ed's 4-wheel drive and camping. So that was pretty cool. I haven't met Ed before. If you're not watching Ed's stuff, go and have a look at it on YouTube. So we also arrived and found the knowledge that there was going to be massive storms, which turned out to pretty well belt the whole east coast. So we elected to go to the motel. Our whole group did. So this morning we're just walking around at Dargo, have a quick look at it before we head off for today's driving. So not a lot to show you. I'm sure you've seen pictures of a Dargo hotel before, but I will pan around and show you that. Now we're just ducking up to the shop to have a look what's in there before we head off for the day. So we'll see you soon. But here's the very famous Dargo Hotel. We did get photos of the cars there, but I neglected the video too much. Now we'll duck into the shop and see if there's anything in there we'd need or like. We've left Dargo and we've headed down the Crooked River Road for a little while. This is where we may have been going to camp last night before we found out about the weather event. So, judging by how wet everything is here, I think we made the right call. But we're at Black Snake Creek or Black Snake Hut. Black Snake Creek is the name of the campground, so this would be Black Snake Creek Hut. Hut looks a bit different the last time I was here, but we'll take you and give you a look at that in a second. Obviously you can camp here. Here's the campground. Not very big. Well, it is big enough, but it has facilities, but I'm not going to sit there and do a spotlight on campgrounds on this one. This is part of our excursion today. Look at all this group. Hey, check these out. There's chicks coming out of the bloody hut. Good heavens. Things you find. They're everywhere. Guarantee I'll get in here. I'll probably find Mrs. Evil staring at insects or things. Anything can happen. She's checking out the footprints. There you go.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Because I don't have my glasses. And I'm thinking something's moving. I'm thinking, what the hell am I looking at? But it's
oh dear.
And this is on.
It's the shadows. She's intrigued by all sorts of strange things. Now, this is the interior of the hut. You can obviously camp in here if the weather's crappy. Mind you, I'm fairly confident there'll be plenty of leaks because there's lots and lots of holes in the roof. Obviously the iron's been reused a few times, so there's been holes where it's been nailed on. But it'd be better than if it was flogging rain. At least you'd be out of it mostly, even with a few leaks. So that's Black Snake Creek Hut, or Black Snake Hut. It's one of those. It has facilities. So you can get a caravan down here. There's a caravan down here. So it can be done. But, just part of our little excursion on this trip. We've made it down to Kingswell's Bridge. Several of us have crossed the bridge. We don't want to drive the water crossing, but Adam's keen on these things and he's walking the river as we speak to decide whether he wants to drive it or not. Now, before you all call me soft, I've got this theory that when you have a bridge, why drive the water, really? But it's each to their own. So they're looking at that. He's working out his path across as we speak. And Tony's giving him some instruction. But it's a nice pretty river. So after this we'll be heading up towards Billy Gates. So we'll see what the boys decide they want to do. Adam's our first contestant. And it looks like Maddie's going to follow behind him. We'll see how the boys go. I'm in the middle of the river to help try and direct them a little bit. I'm standing at about a turning point where there's a big diff banger. So I can sort of point the way a little bit. So Adam entering the water now. Big rock just there. Got to be nice and slow. Big rock just there. All good. As he's across, both them down. I reckon these guys just wanted to wash the undersides of their cars myself. Go really slow as you pass me. Turn now. Turn left. Left. Really slow. Big rock right there where your wheel is. Once you get over that, you got no troubles. I made it across safely, now I've got to walk my way back out. Well, we're just at the bottom of Billy Gates' track, Billy Gates Bluff track. There's a signboard, our mountain heritage, all that kind of stuff. So gives you a, oh, excuse me, gives you a look at that. And Billy Gates is well known in the Victorian High Country, as I'm sure all of you people know, as being a interesting, difficult track at times. I don't know how difficult you'd really call it. Here's your signs. Billy Gates Bluff track that way. The signposts go, it says dry conditions, 4-dry, very difficult. It actually goes that way, up there, not that way. So it's should be an interesting track. And hopefully I'll be able to get something good for you. I'm going to use on-car cameras because there's no practical way of going up there easily and taking footage of us coming past. So apologies if it's not as good as I'd normally like it. We just came up that and we're parked on the helipad. We were having morning tea, Smoko. There's the gorgeous Kaz. Although she's probably a bit shaded, but there she is. And we have to go up there. That's the way up to the top. So there won't be a lot of stopping on the second stage either. Hopefully I got some good footage off the bonnet. I've got a second camera on a second truck for the rest of it, so it should be a good drive. We've hit a perfect day for it, which is awesome. So you can't really whinge about this at all. So beautiful weather after pretty well such a crap last night. Anyway, we're going to keep having Smoko and we'll get going soon enough. Billy Goat's Bluff, people. Done and dusted.
Yeah. No one's missing.
Yeah.
Never to be done and dusted again.
Good job, Tone.
You're welcome.
Good job, all. Good job, Batty.
Thanks, Stevie. Lovely.
Good job, AT.
Cheers, bro.
All done, all good.
Yeah, nice job, bro.
It is.
For you, it was nothing.
It's in it. If you guys have not driven Billy Goats, you won't understand until you get to the top how good it is when you get to the top. It's a hell of a track. Hopefully I've got enough good footage to show you. it is a clanger, it really is. Bucket list item for High Country. Now the vehicles in our trip that have done it today include a very moderately modified MUX. I'll start with the lowest one because it's the one that we thought would have the most problem. It does have a rear locker, but other than that, suspension, good tyres, that's it. Everything else is 2-inch lifted at a minimum, the 33s, except for the Triton. It's got 32s, but everything else is what you'd expect for standard mods. It's all doable. Our 200 has no lockers, just traction control, so we drove it too. Well, we're gonna wander off and have a bit of lunch now and celebrate and all that stuff, and we'll see you in a while.
The next day.
Well, we camped last night at Lacola at the caravan park, so there's nothing to show you there. So today, we've left there about a half hour ago. We're climbing up a mountain. We're at 1150 metres and we've hit the clouds and the fog. So it all looks pretty cool. On a nice forest road, as you can see at the present time. I'm not sure where we're off to today. I think we're heading out to the other side of Jamison somewhere, going via Woods Point and a couple of tracks. So yeah, it looks like it's going to clear up to be a nice day. It was very overcast earlier, but it might be alright in the not too distant future. Anyway, we'll show you what we can when we can, as usual. I think on my last High Country video I filmed this, but it's nice driving through all these yellow flowers. Look at the view of them here.
Currently at Woods Point in Victoria. I came across this cool little servo. Somehow, I just don't think the pumps are open though. Damn, it's all good.
Right, we've just driven up that, which as always, cameras don't do it justice. It's part of the Frenchman's Gap track. We come up the, what they like to call the High Country helipads. where they come to rescue people. You can get them up on these places. And it's a pretty good view. So, nice little view from up here. We've got some more track to go that way. So we're heading up to a place called Mount Terrible, which is over there in the distance, but I'm pretty sure you guys can't see on the camera here. Oh, about an hour and a bit after Woods Point and our little stop at the toilets and stuff, we've come down the Frenchman's Track, Cornhill Road and a couple of others that I can't think of. We found this little hut. So this has been our lunch stop and it's a nice little spot to pull up and have lunch. There's a nice little Janice there she is. We're going to continue our way up towards Mount Terrible. We'll have a quick look at this hut. I've just been making the lunch because I haven't done any filming until I've just finished it. We're going to have a look at this hut. Not sure what it's called. Let's say probably here what the hut is. I think it's got a visitor's book. Still not sure what the hut actually is called. If we know, let me know. We stopped this hut from burning 2006. Good job, whoever you are. Well done. Anyway, that's the hut heading towards Mount Terrible. And there's Kaz.
So where you find us now, we're on the Mount Terrible track, heading towards Mount Terrible. So should be very interesting.
The Mount Terrible signs in the directional arrow.
As you can see. to Mount Terrible.
This is a terrible mountain. Terrible. Here we are. That's way too close. Well, the group is in a big rush, so they've shot off after taking their obligatory photos. We've arrived at Mount Terrible. It's a beautiful place. So this cool sign. It's got a hut. And it's got some tables and a beautiful view out over the valley. It also has a radio tower nearby, but it's got this hut obviously, so I've got to have a look. This hut was rebuilt in 2016. Very nice. So, yeah, it's a nice place to be. So, the book's full. I can't fill out the visitor's book. So we'll just get out of here. Yeah, I found the door open. I'm sure it should have been shut. So it's closed now. Well, obviously you would be able to camp up here, but you need to be pretty self-contained or camp in the hut. Yeah, the rest of the group has left me, so I better get going. We got a little while to go yet before we even look like getting to camp, so late-ish day, or by our standards. Anyhow, we'll get out of here. We'll see you further down the track. Well, we made it to Mount Terrible, and then after that we headed off to camp. But I didn't really film anymore until we got to the campground, so you'll see that on the next episode. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you did, throw a like on it. It really helps the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell and you'll know when a new video comes up. To the old hands, as always, thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my clips. I really do appreciate the continued support after all these years, everybody. So it's been fantastic. Anyway, we'll get out of here on this one. Follow us on our socials. Hopefully sometime in the next 12 months I'll get a new website up and running, but at the moment I don't have one. So follow us on our socials, say g'day, make lots of comments on here, like, subscribe, share the videos around, all that kind of good, cool YouTube type of stuff. And until the next episode, guys, be good to each other, take care of yourselves. Cheers from Steve Kaz at Mud Ducks 4-Wheel Drive Touring, and as we always say, just get out there, enjoy the bush. Cheers guys, all the best.
Over the hills, and I've got many debts to pay. Some were wrong,